So what is your formula in helping businesses, CEOs, entrepreneurs come up with their stories?
Well, before I get into the formula, I will say for me, as I look at businesses, there are traditionally 3 P's that you have to get right. You have to get your product right. And when your product is wanted in the market and profitable, you've got to start hiring people. And who knew we needed a counseling degree to run a business, but it's definitely beneficial. You got to get your people straight. And then if you want to scale, you have to get your processes straight. And a lot of people, they neglect the 4th P, and the 4th P is positioning. How are we positioning ourselves in the market? What words are we using to stick in people's minds and differentiate ourselves from the competition? The beautiful thing about positioning is it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's almost free. It's literally just words. You've got to sit down and do some really hard work on a napkin and figure out how you're going to talk about your product or service. Businesses that figure out that 4th P, that position themselves in the market, tend to skyrocket. The truth is, people don't actually buy the best products and services. They buy the ones that they can understand the fastest. If somebody can hear about your product in only a few words and connect the idea that it will help them solve a problem, you are much more likely to buy that product. So when I developed this formula, and the formula is based on ancient story structure, when I developed the formula for clarifying your message, the purpose of that formula was to leave with a messaging system that would position you in the marketplace that would be a competitive advantage.
Excellent.
So that's why I developed the formula in the first place.
I love it. So before we get into the positioning, how about we stay on these 4 P's here real quick for a second? Product, people, process, positioning. So most people, I think you would agree that say they have a great product, and just because they have a great product, they think they're going to make it to the top. And you and I both know product alone won't do it. You need to have a real marketing plan behind it. So let's talk about people, because you said counselor. When you're talking about people, unpack what that means to you. Is it recruiting? Is it developing people? Is it the culture? Is it how to lift them up? Is it how to get them to work together? What does people mean to you?
All of the above. Really, for a small business owner, they've got to figure out who they're going to hire next. And for me, that order was a virtual assistant who could duplicate my time, and then somebody who could help me run the company. I tend to be creative. I'm a visionary. I'm a content creator, and I'm a strategist. I'm not a details person. I'm not going to go and figure out a contract with whoever. I need other people to do that. So for me, after I had a virtual assistant, I had to do a pretty good analysis of what my liabilities are, not what my strengths are, what my liabilities are. And then I need to be honest about that and admit I'm not a details person. And I've got to find somebody to help me figure out the administrative part. I do not want to spend a week researching best healthcare plans for my team. I want somebody to come and present to me a few plans, and then I approve one of them. So you have to hire your weaknesses and staff those out. So everybody's hiring tree or hiring plan should actually be a little bit different. And then the people who I want to hire have some common characteristics, Patrick, and I think you'll appreciate them. There are about 10 of them, but I'll give you the top 3. The first is I want to hire human beings who actually see themselves as an economic product on the open market. And what I mean by that is they see themselves as an investment, and they give people a return on that investment. So if I'm going to pay you $50,000 a year, I want somebody who says, if you're going to pay me $50,000 a year, I want to make you $500. And likewise, if I make you $100,000, $1 million a year, I would like to be paid $100,000. So there's this constant negotiation back and forth where we're having an honest assessment of what you're bringing into the company and what your economic value is. Now, God sees you as priceless. I see you as priceless. Your spouse sees you as priceless. Your kid sees you as priceless. But the business world sees you as an economic investment. And so I want people who really understand that. They don't want to just be paid to sit behind a desk or to show up from 9 to 5 and part their hair and not have bad breath, right? I want somebody who says, I'm a stock, and when you invest in me, I'm going to give you a giant return, which is exactly how you and I have to see ourselves as the CEO of the company. If a customer invests in me, they're investing in me to get a ton of money back. And that's the only way my business can grow. And, Andrew Grove, former CEO over at Intel, he said, everybody is their own company, and you're constantly competing with everybody else. And so I like people who see themselves that way. The second characteristic I like is somebody who really, it's very hard for them to position themselves as a victim. They don't go to victim mode very easily. They stay with that hero energy and love attacking obstacles and overcoming challenges. So when I hear victims speak, I tend to think those people aren't going to fit on my staff. And then the third, you'll also appreciate, Patrick, I like a team member who de-escalates drama. Drama, I think, saps everybody's energy. It's no fun to deal with drama. I love it when there's a dramatic situation and somebody can come in and de-escalate that drama so it's smooth sailing. If I hire people with those three characteristics, I can teach them almost anything.